Hey guys, this is a Share Factory tutorial. This is Triple Beat. I'm going to help you guys out real quick with some tips and tricks on how to use Share Factory for your wrestling show projects. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go to the Videos tab. It's up here. And we're going to go to New Projects. And I'm moving this around, by the way, using the D-pad. It also works with the Joy-Con as well, but I'm using the D-pad for this. So we'll go to New Project, and then we're going to pick our theme. And the theme I'm going to pick is this Rocket League theme because I've been using it for all my shows, or at least for all my Octanes. It's just the color scheme. I like it. It works. So we're going to unselect the project items from the Rocket League stuff. And then we're going to go down and we're going to select our match. We're going to select our first match that we're going to be editing. And the first match the match that I'm choosing is this one right here. So it's this demolition match. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And you'll notice that in that bottom corner, like kind of right next to him, you'll see a thing that says like selected and maximum, and then you see clips and time. So you can have a maximum of 50 clips in a project and a maximum of 80 minutes on a project. But it's good to note that you can only upload an hour. You can't do anything over an hour if you're uploading in Share Factory. So if this is going to be your video editing tool of choice for your show, let's say you have a PlayStation and you don't have a PC, and this is your tool of choice to upload your videos. Hell, let's even go a little further. Let's say your internet connection is so slow that you can't stream, but you can edit and you can do pre-recorded stuff and maybe do like an hour show and have a premiere set. If that's the way that you have to do things because of those scenarios, just remember you can have up to 50 clips in your project, but you can't exceed an hour. If you exceed an hour, you can't render. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. So we'll go ahead and select this match. And now that we have it selected, you'll see on the bottom it has like X for select or deselect, squares to start your project, L2 makes it big. So if I hit L2, you can actually see what the match was. We can scroll through it. You can see who was fighting. It's Demolition versus Angel Fire. So we have that. And then you have a circle, which would take you back to the screen before you. I try not to press circle, because I tend to do it a lot, actually. So let's go ahead and select our scene. Whoops. There we go. We're going to select our scene, and then we're going to hit square to start our project. We're going to rename it. This is going to be Demolition versus Angel Fire. I think I need to render this match anyway, so this works. Demo versus... It's easy just to do that. Then we're going to hit done. And we're going to hit continue. That's going to take us to the actual scene with the competitors. So I don't have to do any trimming here because this is only like 16 seconds. But if you wanted to, you could trim or you could clip this right here. So we're going to hit square, and that's going to pull up this menu. And then we're going to go to split clip, and we're going to split this clip right here. And then we're going to shorten this one. And there's two ways that you can shorten, that you'd be able to shorten this. So the first would be to just go ahead and hit X and to clip it. Or I could just clip it right here, right? And then obviously I'd hit confirm, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to actually clip it. We could trim it. So if you hit square and you go to trim clip, then you have this option where you can adjust the length of the clip. You can make big adjustments using the Joy-Cons for both sides. And let's say you accidentally F up and do this, right? Where like we're going to try and trim it, but you made it too long. Just hit circle. Like don't accept anything, just hit circle. So we'll hit square again. We're already on there, so we're going to hit trim clip again. And this time we'll use the fine tools. So that would be L1, which lengthens it from the start. L2, which shortens it from the start. You can see the time is kind of going down where it starts now. R1, which lengthens or shortens the end, and R2, which lengthens the end. But we don't want that. And this is something you can do if you really want to fine tune your clip. So we're gonna leave this the way it is. And then what I'm gonna do is, because I like doing it this way instead, the other way to shorten this is you go to time bender. And then you just move it to 2 times. And current length in the red is 16 seconds. The new length is 8 seconds, which is perfect for me. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Oh, and there was another part of this. My bad. So when you're in here, you have this option for step or for smooth. All smooth does is it adds these edges to the thing and it makes it look a little different. So let's try that. Let's see what it looks like with smooth. You can't really tell. Okay. You can also increase the length of this by going the opposite way by making it half and it slows it down. But that will be for another tutorial. So now that we have this clip shortened, it's not going to be there forever, thank God. We're just going to check out this. So we're going into our main screen. I've got his entrance, right? So let's play it out. One of the big problems with the entrance currently is that there's no music playing. Like I don't have a song playing for him, so he's just walking out, you just hear the crowd. If I wanted to change that, I could actually go back to wherever I want the song to start. Usually, for projects like this, I like starting the songs about here-ish, because you can kind of hear the crowd and then the music hits, or I'll try and match it actually with right when that first drop is. So like right there. And if you want to be fine-tuned from this menu, from this main menu, just use the D-pad because it jumps from one. Just tap it, tap the D-pad in whatever direction you're trying to go because it will just move it. So this is right when it changes. That's when the lighting changes. So we're going to start here. We're going to go to add music. Sorry, I need to walk you guys through what I'm pressing. So I press square. And then I go over to... Oh, wait, no, don't press square. Pressing square is stupid. Or you could. So you press square and you go to edit music. And that pulls up the music menu. So we're going to press X right here now that we have the music menu open. We're going to press X and then we are going to find our theme. Now I have all my themes named. So I can go alphabetical and I have everything named with the character's name and then the song after it. So I'm going to go find Demolition's theme, which is not too far away. It's right here. Demolition. Here we go. And now you'll notice there's music on your timeline. So we're going to hit play. We're just going to hear what it sounds like. I'm listening to the crowd too. Like that's a big part of it. A lot of the time when I'm doing the music portion, I'll just let it play off my TV. Can't really hear the crowd, which isn't the end of the world, but isn't the best either, so we're probably going to change that. Alright, so we're going to fast forward here. Again, I want to get this right when it changes. It changes right here, so normal background, and that's right when Fire would walk in. So we're going to go ahead and trim this right here, or split the music right here. And we'll delete this portion by hitting, sorry, we're going to delete this. So you see a little trash can. Since we're in the music menu, that's the delete button. So hit square, and then it says, are you sure you want to delete? You hit confirm, and it's gone. So if you want to find, clip it, and have it transition from one music clip to another when you're in the music menu, if you're doing it song by song, I go back a little bit, and then I just tap R1, and it takes me to the end of the song. Now, if I had another song after this, it would jump to the next song. So if that next song is at the end of the project, you're screwed. But that's why I lay my songs out in order, so I can just easily get to the next part, especially when you're doing multiple entrances. That really comes in handy. So I moved over by an inch, and then you'll notice that it's like you can't do anything. That's because I'm still in the delete menu. So if you just hit circle really quick, it takes you out of that menu. And I was still in the trim menu. Sorry, or the split clip menu. My bad. So if you don't want to be in that menu, just tap circle, and it takes you back to this main music menu. And then we're gonna hit X again because we're adding music this time. Oh, here's another pro tip. So if you do have music behind it, right, and you're trying to get to the end, it's kind of hard lining it up. So just go back a little bit, and then you'll notice the X in the corner is darkened out. So if you just take the D-pad and you tap it a few times, you'll notice once the icon actually appears and you're able to press it again, now you can press X and you can add your music. So that's the other way to do it to get to the end of the project. And even when you get to the end of the project, you still have to tap the D-pad once to add your music if it's right next to each other. So let's go down and let's find Angel Fire's music. Here it is. Then we're gonna play it out real quick. Not all of it, but just instrument time, right? Alright. So now we're gonna use the D-pad or the right Joy-Con to move across the project. Kind of get past all this stuff. That's too far. All right, using the D-pad. Oh, nope. Right there. We're going to go ahead and split the music right there. And then we're going to go to the end of the project. Quick way to get to the end of the project. Back out to the main project menu by using circle, and then tap R1. Now, if you hit circle too many times and it pulls you to this menu, just hit circle and it takes you right back to the main menu. to the main project menu. So we're going to go to the very end by tapping R1, which takes us to the end of the project. And I use that bottom bar to figure out what I'm doing all the time to know what menu I'm in. But I've been doing it for so long that it's like, okay, I know what menu I'm in. So now that we're at the end, the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to go back a little bit. So I'm going to use the Joy-Con to go back to where I want to go. And that's actually about right here, right when he wins. There we go. We'll play his music right as he's looking at the camera. Right there. Oh yeah. So from this menu, if you just want to add music and you don't want to go into the music menu, press X, or it has a little plus button. Like you can add stuff by pressing X. So you press X, you can add another clip if you wanted, an overlay, a screenshot, a filter, a layout, a track 2, and music. So we're just going to add music. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. If it's overcomplicated, I'm sorry, but I'm really trying to keep this as simple as possible. So we're going to add his music in. And look at that, his music is longer than the actual clip itself. So once you get to the end of the clip, it's just going to cut him off. So before I even trim the music, there's one more thing I got to do, and that's I got to trim that little extra stuff right there off. I don't like having that there, that little menu. So I'm going to trim that off real quick. So we're going to go to our main project screen, and I'm just going to use the D-pad until I find it. All right. So it's right there. I'm going to try and trim that off so it's not there. Also want my username to get off the screen. There we go. All right. So we're going to split the clip right here. I'm going to delete the excess. And then while we're here, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. And then I'm going to go into the... Nope, I don't want to delete anything. There we go. Now we're into that menu. Okay. I'm going to hit square. And we're going to go to edit music. And I'm just going to try and line this up as best as I can. I think right here is good. And we're going to split music right here. And we're going to delete this part. Now, for music, you can only have 12 music clips in a project. So that is something to keep in mind. For the video clips, you can have up to 50. For music, it's 12. So I've added all my music. Now here's the problem. You can hear the crowd, hear the crowd, hear the crowd. But the music hits and the crowd gets kind of quiet. For me, at least, that's a problem. So, this is the fix. So, I don't want to delete it. No. All right, so you hit circle. So you're just in the main music menu. We're going to hit square. And then we're going to go to music volume. One of the things that I like setting my music at is just a preference, because once it renders, you're going to hear the music. It gets pretty loud when it renders now. I don't know why they changed it, but it is what it is. So I'm setting it at 50. I'm actually going to hit, I'm going to use square, and I'm going to have it apply to all. And then it says prioritize. I don't want it to prioritize, so I always remove that. And by removing priority, pretty much you're allowing the music to blend in with the crowd. So I'm going to hit confirm. And then we're going to tap L1 this time. That takes us to the beginning of this clip. We're going to tap L1 one more time, and it's going to take us to the second song that we added. So we're going to hit square, we're going to go to music volume, we're going to go to prioritize, and we're going to remove it by pressing square, and then we're going to hit X to confirm. We're going to do the same thing here too. There we go. So now all of our music is unprioritized. The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to add a fade to these first two songs. I usually do about 5 seconds based on how my projects are set up. I've been playing with this enough that the 5-second fade for me works for these transitions. So like, let's listen in here real quick. So I really like having that fade there. It's just me personally. And then here's the ending of his. You can even hear the crowd in the background too. And I like that. One of the tricks that I like doing for these end songs is I'll add a small, like, half a second fade to them. So it does that. And then that's pretty much how I set my matches up. I record the match, and then I go into Share Factory and I do exactly what I just showed you. I know that this probably isn't the best form of explaining it, and there's probably somebody who can explain it better, but that's what I do. Now that I have this music laid out, if I wanted to add a song here, I could, but I think I'm good. So we're going to do the next part, and the next part is saving the next part would be creating a thumbnail. So you can just use this scene right here to create your thumbnail. So let's go back out to this main scene right here, and there's the option button, right? If you press the option button, it takes you to the save screen. If you generate a thumbnail, you can generate a thumbnail, and it will actually save this scene right here where it says the match type and shows who's fighting. It'll save the scene as your project video when you go back into your project screen. So that's one of the tricks that I use to remember that. And then when it renders, it saves this scene, this image right here, will be what's on your YouTube video. It's your thumbnail. So we're going to hit options real quick, and we're going to go to export to gallery. So now we've gone through and we've done all the parts that we need to do. So we're going to export to gallery. It's going to render. This is the longer part because it's actually going through now and taking all the changes that we made and applying them. But this is pretty much those were pretty much the basics when it comes to throwing matches together in Share Factory. If you've never done a Share Factory project and you won't think that you want to do a Share Factory project, I would start by just doing this, Start just doing matches. That works. One of the things that I didn't go into was the adding music, was adding voice overlays, or adding like cool little trinkets and that kind of stuff. And I figure like once you've done this a few times, maybe we'll go into that more complicated stuff. But yeah. So we're just gonna let this render really quick. I'll be right back. Pause the video until it's done, and I'll come back when it's done rendering or when it's close. Alright, so the video is almost done. We're at about 90% now, 10% left. So we're just going to let it finish. This is the match finish. Ooh. So if you're seeing this before this episode airs, you're actually getting a spoiler. But it is what it is. So it wraps everything up, the match is over, the render's complete, and now we have this. And it says your movie has now been saved to your capture gallery, which is perfect. That's where I want it to go. You have an option to share it where you can actually upload it to YouTube, to Facebook, or to Twitter. It's your choice. And then you can also share it later. I normally do share later. I'm not going to share it right now. So I'll hit share later. So I have this part of my project done. Now, the last part would be actually throwing the show together once you've gone through and you've done this for all of your projects. So that will be the third video. I'm going to go ahead and make a second video right now that is making cutscenes and placing them on videos. So let's go ahead and end this one here. And then when we get back, oh, wait, hold on. Before I end it, whenever you're done working on a project or you need to stop, I totally forgot about that. I need to take you guys to the main menu. So hit circle. I usually go to save project and exit. I try to make sure I always go there. So save project and exit, says okay, and look, it shows up as your last project. So now I can go to my project screen and you can see all the projects that I've got running right now. And then there it is. There's our lone match all by itself. So now, if I wanted to, let's say, well, there it is. So anyway, next video, I'm going to show you guys how to make cutscenes. Once you get them from the video editor in the game, I'm going to show you how to make cutscenes and how to kind of a few tricks on how to add them to your projects to try and make it seem a little more seamless. It's not perfect, but I do have a few tricks up my sleeve. So see you guys in the next video. And if you have any questions, just reach out and ask or leave questions in the comments. So I'll talk to you guys later.